Welcome to Epic Yarn Gems. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the lemon peel and the Suzette stitch. When I was researching the lemon peel, because I've been hearing a lot of it and seeing a lot of different patterns with it, I went and I looked at it and I thought, boy, this really looks familiar to me, but I wasn't really sure exactly why. And then as I researched it a little bit more, I noticed that it was very similar to the Suzette stitch. So I'm going to be showing you both of these stitches in this video. And to do them, you simply need to know how to make a chain and then do double crochets and single crochets. So I'm going to start off with the lemon peel stitch and then we'll move on to the Suzette. So for the lemon peel, you're going to want to start a chain with an odd number of chains in it. And this is if you're working in a row. So we're going to go into the second chain from the end. We're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to go right into that chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook now. You're going to yarn over and pull through both of those. Then you're going to go to the next stitch and do a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, go into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2, then yarn over and go through the last 2. We'll go on to the next stitch and do a single crochet in that chain. And after we finish that, we are going to yarn over and do a double crochet in the next. And really, that is the entire pattern of the lemon peel. I was surprised. It creates such a beautiful texture. And once I researched a little bit, I was like, wow, that is a really simple stitch. So the pattern is going into each of the stitches and doing a single crochet in the one stitch, and then in the next stitch or the next chain, do a double crochet. And you're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. You're going to end with a double crochet. And after we get done with that, I'm going to show you how to do the second row. Here we are finishing up that last double crochet. We're going into that very last chain of your foundation chain with that double crochet. And then once we get done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to do a chain 1. So this is what the first row is looking like. It has a really nice texture going. Once we add on the second row, you'll see how the texture really starts to pop. So we're doing the chain 1, and this is what the back side is looking like, kind of like little bumps or berries, if you want to say that. And after your chain, what you're going to do is that last double crochet, you're going to go into the top of that stitch. So here's the top, and we're going to do a single crochet in there. And then we are going to go on to the next space, which was your single crochet from the previous row, and do a double crochet. So we are going to continue doing that pattern all the way across. We're going to do single crochet in one stitch, and then in the next stitch a double crochet. And you're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. And that is truly the pattern that you're going to be using the entire time that you're using this stitch. So, like I said, pretty easy. It does create a really nice texture. And one of the tricks to this is when you are doing your turning chain, whatever you ended on, which was a double crochet, once you turn, you're going to go into the top of that stitch and do a single crochet. So if your previous round you had a double crochet, you're going to do a single crochet in the next row. And if you had a single crochet in the next row, you're going to do a double crochet into that stitch. So you're just going to keep with that pattern all the way around. So what I did was 4 rows here to show you what the swatch would look like if you had several rows of this pattern or the stitch going back and forth. And like I said, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. It does create a really great pattern. So here is what it looks like when you have done 4 rows. It is a tighter knit. It doesn't leave a lot of holes, but I really do like how it turned out. I'm going to have to figure out a pattern to do with this for future videos. But I want to move on and show you the Suzette stitch, which is almost identical to the lemon peel. So we're going to start with that next. And to start the Suzette, you're going to start your chain with an even number of stitches or chains, and you're going to again go into the second chain from the end, and you're going to do a single crochet right into that chain. And then you are going to go and do a double crochet right into that exact same chain that you had done the single crochet. After you finish that, you're going to skip the next stitch. And then you will go into not the next one, but the one after that, and do a single crochet again. So there we are going into the next stitch and doing our single crochet, and then we're going to do our double crochet in the same chain as that first single crochet. And the Suzette pattern is simply that. Going to skip that chain, go into the next, single crochet in that stitch, double crochet in the same stitch, and skip a stitch. So that is really the difference between the two. When you're doing the lemon peel, you're doing single crochet, double crochet, and you're doing them in each of the chains or the stitches. In the Suzette, you're doing single crochet, double crochet in the same stitch, and then you're skipping the stitch next to it. So if you were curious like me, that is truly the only difference that I see in these. So as we get to the end of the row, you're going to end with a stitch that has a single crochet, double crochet in it, and you're going to do a chain one. Then you are going to turn your work. The space that you're going to go into is you have the chain and then the double crochet next, and we're going to go into the stitch after that, which is the single crochet, and we're going to do a single crochet, double crochet in that space. Then we're going to skip a stitch and do it again. And in that space, we're going to do a single crochet, double crochet. Then we're going to skip the next stitch, which was the double crochet, and we're going to go into the area where the single crochet from the previous row was with a single crochet, double crochet, skip the stitch. And when I looked at these, there was a pretty significant difference, or at least a noticeable one, between what the double crochet and what the single crochet looked like from the top. The double crochet was a little wider and the single crochet was a little narrower. So that is the space that you're going to be going into. And that again is really truly it, and that is the pattern for the Suzette stitch. So I made 4 rows of this stitch so that we could compare it to the lemon peel, and here is what the 4 rows look like. And you can see it almost looks a little bit like the star stitch, but when you compare it to the lemon peel, it is a little wider. I'm not really sure if that was because of my tension or not, but it looks like the lemon peel is a little tighter of a stitch, but they both are pretty cool. They add a lot of nice texture, and I can't wait to do a project with them. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and also leave me some comments. And if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to Epic Yarn Gems and turn on notifications so that you will get a notice when I post my next video. Thanks and have a great day.